Problems, okay? We just had the inauguration and everybody's talking about that jazz. Everybody talking about all these executive orders that was signed and the effect and the ripple effect that will hit the American people, but that is not the main issue for a lot of Americans. No. The main issue is that four-letter word that is due on the first, which is R-E-N-T, rent. Isn't it like a musical I wish I knew a Rent musical song. Anyways, we on the internet streets, so we're gonna see what is the atmosphere as of right now.
My rent is going up $700 per fortnight, and yes, I have tried to negotiate.
$4,000.
You said that wrong.
Recently applied for an apartment.
All right, real quick. First off, I ain't gonna cap. Maybe I hit the wrong compilation, but these individuals is taking these news very well. I don't know why there are not tears coming out these ladies' faces. We're gonna keep watching, but if my junk was at that limit, yeah, it's time for me to pack it up. Now, I would say this. Me personally, I is not in the renting market. No, I have finessed my way out of the renting game by way of purchasing a condo. It's basically the same crap, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but at least the rent is a little bit more stabilized, and I don't pay it to some company. I pay it to basically Chase Bank. I was gonna try to find a fun way to say that, but it's just Chase Banking. Yeah, I pay a mortgage and an HOA. Shoot, let's get real about it. It is like HOA plus mortgage insurance, because I didn't do the 20% down payment when I first got into like the mortgage game. Plus that I don't own a house, but I still need housing insurance for the things within the walls of the condo to be eligible to purchase. It's a whole, hey bro, we all get screwed over. More of the story. But if I calculate everything, I'm around 2,700. The lie I tell myself is, hey, at least I own it. But do I really? No. Okay. If I miss a couple rent months, foreclosure, okay? Credit score number going down. But I try not to look on the other side of the grass greener concept. I just, water my yard and keep it going. And hopefully a flower pop out every so often. But let's proceed.
Complex. The qualifications were so absurd.
Our lease is up at the end of this month, and we just found out that our rent is going up by $250 per month.
Living in America is freaking ridiculous right now. There are people choosing whether they want to have Christmas gifts or pay their rent, and that might not be different from any other year.
And I'm just like,
all right, this compilation is like trash. Let the person finish the story. This junk is pissing me off. Jesus. Here we go.
My 66-year-old father, who bought my childhood home for $60,000 in 1991, literally told me to my face that if he made $60,000 a year that he could not make it on his own. And I started laughing, and I was like, Dad, your mortgage is legitimately half of just my rent. He's, yeah, but you got like groceries and other bills. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, wait till you get MSD. And I was like, you mean sewage? I pay for my sewage. He goes, oh. I'm like, what? Like, you're not living in the same reality as me. They're not. My gabbers were flaccid.
This is the crap I'm talking about. Everybody hooping and hollering. And that's the marketing genius that we know to be our great President Trump. I ain't trying to get political, but sue me. You changed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Everybody forget that rent is due on the first, okay? We need some regulation going on when it comes to these housing situations, because it's getting absurd, okay? For me, I'm screwed. I'm mortgaged up. Ain't no changing that. It is what it is. But for a couple of you guys, yeah, I do feel like there's a world where rent can go down. Why is it at this point? It should be a penalty. I think you should pay taxes not on just the property tax if you are a landlord, but you should pay taxes on the money that comes in that get generated. So if I'm paying taxes on a $200,000 house and the fair rent says it should be $1,500, I'm pulling these numbers out of my butt, and I'm taxing people because everybody taxes people, and I say 3,000 instead of 1,500. They should pay more in taxes because it's generating way more than the worth of the house. But that's what I'm saying right now. Who to say in 3 to 5 years I rent my little condo out, I might be saying another tune, and that's the problem. It's not really the government, people. It's us. What happened to humanity? Okay, we are all citizens of this great nation, yet when it comes to business, we say business is business and we go about our day. We got to change. You got to change.
Now, like, starter home prices don't exist for a lot of people, and that is true. But the point I want to make is people are not buying starter homes at starter home ages. The average age of a first-time home buyer this year is 35. Boomers were buying their starter homes in their 20s, and then they...
Starter home is... Okay, what is considered a starter home? What is a starter home? Like, what is a starter home? I don't know if a condo... How many rooms do a starter home have? Jesus, that's what we need. How many rooms does a starter home? 1 or 2 bedrooms. So technically, I guess this condo I'm living in is a starter home, but I don't think anybody gonna want to live here in the next 5 to 10 years. I think I'm screwed. It's like the smell of the bathroom after you take a shower. It's not mildew, but it just smells like a towel. Okay, it just smells like a towel. They say it's 1,200 square foot, but we have this patio, and this patio got like an old mesh. Like, it just got old mesh. Everybody else got glass patios. The person who sold us this condo was like, I'm not buying no glass patio, and I'm not buying no glass patio, so we screwed on that. In 10 years, everybody be like, hey, man, everybody got glass patios. Why we don't got it? I'm saying because I didn't want to pay it. You want to pay it? So off the rip, I'm not even going to make the money that I already put into this place because the interest from the bank, it's just like, bro. But we going to look on the brighter side, Keep watering that grass. Hopefully it go green and a flower pop out.
upgraded in their 30s. But the median number of years that people buying their first home today expect to live in that home is 18 years. And by definition, a starter home is one that has like 2, maybe 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. And again, we're buying these homes in our 30s. So it's not just a house we're living in for 3-4 years while we're roughing it, while we have 1 baby. And by the time we have 2 or 3 kids, we can move up to the house with 3 or 4 bedrooms. You're acting like we're all spoiled brats, that we don't want to spend $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 for a 1-bathroom home that we're going to have to raise a family in forever. I know people across the world raise families in spaces much tinier than this, but just to act like young people are just entitled and are like too good to buy something like this is insane, when the actual reason is we're all in our 30s and we are planning to buy the only house we expect to ever be able to afford. Boomers were shopping for this.
Yeah, she long-winded, guys. Am I right? Let's see what my brother talking about. Come on, brother, speak that gospel.
So I came across this. It says, this is the max rent you should be paying based upon your salary. Now, just so
Hold on. I'm doing my own numbers. All right? Yeah, I'm screwed.
you guys know, for reference, the average American makes about $49,000, which means your rent should be about $1,041. But here's
Ain't
the thing.
happening. Not in
The average
America.
of a 1-bedroom apartment in the United States right now is $1,700. That's damn near a 70% increase, okay? Now, one thing I am happy about is that the feds are suing certain rent companies for hiking up prices and
There we
gouging
go. Let's talk
renters.
about it.
That's a good thing. But ultimately, the rent is just too damn high. I know in California, we have a ballot measure that talks about rent control. And people are saying, you don't want to have rent control because builders will be too shy to build. Man, forget that. We need rent control because the rent is too damn high. And what I can clearly see is that a lot of major companies are taking advantage of people, hiking up the rent and trying to squeeze people. And that's just not cool. Everybody should be able to make a profit in the United States. But gouging your fellow countrymen ain't right. That's not cool.
That ain't
I'm
right,
hoping
not
that this
cool.
bill in California passes and we can get some rental relief for people that need it in terms of capping what they can go up to after your lease is done. Because I think about my mom who just lost her husband of 46 years. If I and my brother wasn't there, my mom would be looking at this price and she can't afford it.
And that's a fact. I went through the same situation, and thank God, we are in the state of Florida, and we are living in a neighborhood that we have at least 2 generations of like our last name within the community, and we are familiar with the community, so we get a little lucky break for knowing our neighbors and stuff like that. But the person who owns that land, if or whenever they pass that land to their next of kin or anything happens, who to say my mom, who's like 55, not like she is, which is fairly young, but a widow, would have to go out there and like thug it out. And it's like, bruh, ain't nobody trying to do this in their 50s, let alone in their 20s or 30s. So, yeah, man, we talk about the wrong crap. We are talking about the wrong crap. I'm not saying all that other stuff that happened in inaugurations, Elon Musk saluting the people he's saluting. That is alarming. But we need to get a grip on the economy. And that economy shouldn't just change the price of Doritos and got doggone soda drinks in this grocery store. It should also reflect in the housing situation in America. But comment down below, tell me if I'm tweaking or not. I don't think I am, but let me know if I am. This is Low at Low Ramon. I'll see you in another video.